Um, so let's just move on. We probably won't do absolutely everybody, but Artman Katana, for instance, tell us how you found it.
I guess my experience is a little different. I guess you could say I'm an ex-gamer. I've been playing first-person shooters since I was in high school, and I got a little bit into WoW, which is World of Warcraft, but not too much. So I guess my learning curve was a little less than others. I was here the first time, so I guess once I learned how to teleport here, and just get the hang of it, it's actually not that bad. It's not as intuitive as like a lot of people say, but once you get the hang of it, I think it's actually pretty simple.
Okay, what about Ning Ziz? You're looking very relaxed there, I have to say.
I'm definitely improving, and my motion and my comfort level. I decided that I do have a problem with my hair, though. It's falling out, and I don't quite know how to fix it.
No worries.
I want to know how many seminars you've been at where you've been able to lie around quite as much as you're doing now, and where that's perfectly okay.
Yes, I enjoy this position in a seminar.
Okay, and then let's maybe just have one more comment from Tim Shady. You're moving around and obviously getting used to the system at the moment.
Oh, hi, Dr. Yellowlees. I'm Tim. Well, I too had a little bit of problems with the navigating, but I actually had used Second Life prior to. I like Artman play games. Well, I actually still do, and I remember this Second Life coming out originally a while ago, and it was actually on PC Gamer magazine at the time, and it was kind of marketed towards when The Sims first came out. So it was supposed to be kind of like the social network and platform where you can like kind of make friends and you can live in this world. And this is before all the MMORPGs really were big. I think at that time it was just like Ultima Online or something. And I remember like just trying it just because it was in this it was just on that magazine. And I remember being kind of freaked out because it ended up being like almost like everyone was trying to hit on you and stuff. But I think that from this class, it's kind of exciting to see the potential it has for education because I think its original design was more as a social aspect, and I never really thought of it as a virtual environment for various testing things, especially within the medical field. And more recently, our director of medication safety just saw Second Life in a magazine too on creating mock-ups for various workflows for hospitals too. So I think it's actually pretty exciting to see how they're actually.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, thanks very much, Tim, and that's good that you're obviously fairly experienced. Maybe I can just quickly go back to Gromit, because Gromit, certainly I missed half of what you said earlier on. I'm not sure everybody else did as well. Would you mind just reintroducing yourself?
No, not at all. Can people hear me now?
Yes.
Can anybody hear me?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, great. Okay. How about Peter? Are you getting the audio? Because I know you couldn't hear me. Oh, good. Okay. Well, let's see. I'd said that I've worked with some projects with Peter, and we've been working on expanding the virtual hallucinations project, trying to make it a little more prominent and a little more accessible. And we've been building a scale model of a hospital, and that's a work in progress. We're needing more funds. We hired a builder and are looking more funds to keep him going. But I found Second Life pretty useful. I've had meetings with folks across the country through Second Life. I've got folks in Texas and Alabama and Ohio that we've met and conversed and actually planned some things in. And the learning curve is a little steep, but the thing that's sort of fun about it is once you get some basic skills down, you really sort of have it. And certainly you can get much more skilled and get into building, or like Ben does into machinima and all that sort of stuff. But for just sort of getting around and talking to folks and using the social communication aspects of it, once you get past that hump, it's really pretty straightforward, and the skills last a long time. So I've had fun with it.
Okay, well, thanks very much indeed, Gromit. So look, let's just turn this over to Ben. And Ben, would you mind just showing the students what you have set up here? And then just briefly mention a little bit about searching for literature on Second Life, and also, I guess, what the state of literature is in Second Life.
Certainly. You know, if you were just to search in the search facility here, I just want to make sure everyone has turned their mics off. Just me speaking because I'm echoing. Yeah, so if you see, just click your speak button if you still see green there. Okay? So if you were just to search in Second Life, you can find stuff just like you can if you search in Google. And you know a lot of that is not going to be you know, it's not going to be peer-reviewed literature. It's not going to be someone's dissertation. It's just going to be some junk that people have put up, or some object that they've written something on. The same as we see on the web, you know, some advertisement. And in real life, if we're looking for something, we would look in our academic databases that the library subscribe to. We would look on Google Scholar, or we would look at, you know, look in PubMed or PubMed Central for the free literature. But all of these are peer-reviewed, quality journals, you know, refereed by medical peers or people in the health industry. So the same thing in Second Life. We're going to look for, I'm going to walk over and show you where the two posters are, okay? And you're going to look in PubMed, you're going to look in PubMed Central, you're going to look on Google Scholar, and you could look in dissertation abstracts to see dissertations that have been done, and a lot have been done in the last couple of years. And so let's just walk over to this. Let me see where I am. Okay, I'm just going to walk over here. Why I'm not walking? Oh, I have to stand up. See, look at me. I've been here 4 years and I don't even know. So I'm just going to walk over here to the posters, and just so you'll know later on. Okay, let's say right over here I have two posters. Just an example. One of them is the Journal of Virtual Worlds Research. There's one issue that is just related to health and healthcare in Second Life. It came out last fall, and I think Marty first told me about this. And it's a wonderful issue, and the people that you see in there are also, you'll be able to find the abstracts, and if you can get to the full text through your own libraries or your own academic institutions, you'll be able to get to them from PubMed. If anyone has any trouble finding anything, writing your papers for the next while, just email me and I'll do a literature search for you or with you. Okay, so we've got the Journal of Virtual Worlds Research. It's actually all free on the web. It's peer-reviewed, comes out of University of Texas. It's wonderful. We've got the Journal of Medical Internet Research, which is an awful lot broader. And there are other free peer-reviewed journals. And let me see, if you were to look on PubMed right now, and I've posted this in my profile, I believe, and I've posted it before on in the Moodle site where we that we use for the class. There are somewhere like 1,000 articles on virtual environments or Second Life. The problem you'll have finding them is they're not indexed using terms like Second Life. It's human user interface interaction and the medical subject headings that are used within PubMed. So finding them is sometimes a little bit more difficult. And but there is a lot of quality research and dissertations out there written on Second Life, and some of them these days to do with healthcare. You can also search in the search box at the top right corner. When you do that, make sure you turn off adult, because you don't want to be finding all of the sex-related stuff that isn't health or medical. You know, you're going to find, as you can imagine, just like on the web, if you're looking for sex therapy or something about, you know, sex to do with health, you're going to find all the porn and everything else when you put in the term. So just think that way anywhere, whether it's on the web, whether it's in a virtual environment. You know, you don't want the mature content. You want the, I think there are two other options, like I think it's general and I forget the other one, GM or something. But don't select mature, and you'll have a lot better options. Okay, so I think that's about all I would say about finding sources. Certainly ask me if you have any trouble. And if you're here at UC Davis, you can go into the Blaisdell Medical Library, and the librarians there will help you. I've been telling them all about the class, so I'm currently not at work, but I can do it from home with you, or one of the librarians at Blaisdell Medical can help you. Okay? That's about it, Peter, I'd say.
Thanks very much indeed. And just to highlight, in fact, I think the journal you've actually got up there on the Journal of Medical Internet Research, yeah, and that particular article that was published about 9 months ago is really worthwhile the students reading. It's certainly the best review of all the health-related activities that have occurred in Second Life. And interestingly, it actually quotes the hallucinations website in the public part of the world as being one of the top health websites in Second Life.
Yes, you guys have been in every book I've ever seen.
Any questions for Ben?
If you want to just click through to these articles, you can just click on the posters. This is the old way we used to reach content on the web. You'd click on it, and I would have put in a little script on that object that will open up the URL on the web in a separate window. Now we're able to actually just put the URLs onto the objects, and it would be a live web page. These ones that I'm showing you here, these two journals are not live. They're just images of the journals. You click on, you'll go to the URL. If you actually, you might want to right-click and click touch. Sorry, right-click on them and click touch. But on the posters, etc., that we see down at the far other end, there's a YouTube video, there's a Google Docs, there's actually a login for our for the UC Davis online site. All of those are live. You can log in there and check your email. Be sure you log out, and you can play the videos. You can look at the related videos. I've turned the audio down because it kept playing on me. But that's an example to show you guys how you can interact now with objects. It's not just like we're linking out to the web. We're bringing the web in here. That's about it.
That's a really important point, because clearly this is one of the things that Second Life has got an advantage over the real world for in terms of an educational environment, because you can literally set up essentially a sort of virtual conference center like we have here, and be able to literally walk around the walls and just log in and play with all sorts of different environments and learn from different environments as you go, very much more easily than you can in the real world.
I agree. I actually have far better luck communicating and collaborating with people like librarians from around the world here in Second Life and in the OS grid. I also work in the open source OS grid.